What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. We're going to talk some NXT. This is your official NXT review and results for last night's show, April 26th, 2017. We got Aleister Black in action, Drew McIntyre versus Andrade Almas, and a United Kingdom Championship match between Tyler Bate and Jack Gallagher. Thank you guys so much for your continued love and support of what I do here, man. It looks like a lot of people are telling me that the ads are back. I'm not doing anything different, so we have to see if this continues up. But as always, I appreciate you guys letting me know in the comments down below if there's ads or not, so that I can make adjustments and maybe try something new. So thank you guys for keeping up with that. You're more concerned about it than I am at this point. I greatly appreciate that. But with this ad situation continuing on, there's three great ways you guys can support the show each and every day, each and every week. That's patreon.com/JDFromNY206. $1 a month goes a long way, man. So if you guys want to pledge monthly, if you guys support the show, if you appreciate what I do here on a daily and weekly basis, patreon.com is the best way to support the show, man. That's patreon.com/JDFromNY206. One of the biggest perks over there is getting off the script early, which I will be recording this afternoon. You guys will have it a full 12 hours early before it goes live on YouTube on Friday morning. So that's patreon.com/JD from NY206 if you guys want to go ahead and do that. Another great way is with Audible. Audible is offering everybody listening each and every week 30 days to try their service out with one free audio book of your choice. Over 180,000 books to choose from. A lot of those are wrestling related, and a lot of you guys have cashed in on the new AJ Lee book that came out this month. Crazy is My Superpower. A lot of you guys cashed in on the Daniel Bryan book as well. So if you guys want to get on that, it's free. audibletrial.com/offthescript. We absolutely crushed our biggest month to date with signups. And we're not over yet, man. We're not done with April just yet. So if you guys want to check that out, it's absolutely free. And if you guys want to cancel within the 30 days, you get to keep your audiobook for free no matter what, man. It is yours. Compatible with iPhone and Android. That is audibletrial.com/offthescript. And finally, barbershopwindow.com for your t-shirts. We are an official partner with Pro Wrestling Tees and Barbershop Window. We got a Pro Wrestling crate from Pro Wrestling Tees to unbox on tomorrow's episode of Off the Script. So if you guys want to go check that out, great way to support the show is not only buying a t-shirt, but wearing it in pride, man. That is barbershopwindow.com/offthescript, $19.99. There's 9 different designs on there. And they ship worldwide. No matter where you are, you can get your very own Off the Script t-shirt. Thank you guys for pledging this month to the Patreon. Thank you for buying a t-shirt. And thank you for signing up for your free audiobook with audibletrial.com. You guys don't know how great it's been all month just by that, man. Simple things to support this show goes a long way. So thank you guys for everything that you've done this month with this ad problem. You guys are really doing a great job, and I appreciate each and every one of you. NXT, man, let's talk about NXT. You know, it was a good show, but not a lot happened. You know, I was going into this expecting a little bit more, especially with the Drew McIntyre Andrade Almas match. But it really fell short, to be perfectly honest with you. I expected a hard-hitting, all-out war between Drew McIntyre and Andrade Almas. I expected a little bit more from Tyler Bate and Jack Gallagher. Aleister Black has been, building momentum in NXT since his debut and his win at TakeOver Orlando. But there's really not much going on, man. It's a slow build. We're going to get to NXT TakeOver Chicago. That's what they're building towards right now. There's a nice little storyline going on with Nikki Cross and Ruby Riott of the NXT's women's division. We got a big battle royal coming up next week to find out who the #1 contender for Asuka's women's championship is. There was a great Roderick Strong video package. It looks like they got big plans for Roderick Strong in 2017. And they want to get everybody on board with who he is. That's exactly how it's supposed to be done. So there was good things on this show, but to me it just still felt underwhelming, and it fell a little bit short. But the show Started off with Nikki Cross crawling around in the ring. Nobody knew what was going on. She is in the ring, then she slithers out of the ring like a slimy snake. She goes over to Dasha Fuentes, I think her name is. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she's awful as a ring announcer. I do not like her whatsoever. Mike Rome is great. I love Mike Rome, the way he does the pay-per-views. So I don't know why he's not doing the ring announcing. I just don't like Dasha in that role. I was never a big fan, and please don't take this wrong. You know, I'm more with the Finkles and the Mike Romes, that type of thing. You need to have an epic introduction. You know, you really got to have some oomph, some balls when you announce a WWE superstar. I just don't like Dasha in that role. JoJo is okay. JoJo grew on me. I absolutely love Melissa Santos from Lucha Underground. But Dasha, I just don't like. For some reason, whatever reason, I just don't like. But she crawled over, Nikki Cross did, to Dasha's microphone. She didn't even grab it. She just, she bent over while Dasha was like, what the fuck is going on? And she said into the microphone for Ruby Riott to come out and play. She says she wants to be friends. Come out and play, Ruby. Ruby. So Ruby Riott makes her way to the ring after a little stare down, and they start brawling on the floor. There was a nice spot where Ruby suplexed Nikki Cross on the steel ramp. They start battling by the entranceway. I think Ruby went right into the stage. So it was a big brawl, and it took about 6 or 7 officials to break this up. I think Nikki Cross even dove onto one of the officials accidentally. It was a crazy brawl. Don't know what's going on here. It looks like both women, they obviously have problems with one another, but Nikki Cross is trying to assert dominance in the women's division. Ruby Riott's fairly new, so she's going to play along with whatever Nikki Cross is doing, but she's gonna be there in talks for a possible NXT championship match. She's at least going to be challenging for that in the Battle Royal next week, because she's been a big focus point for the women's division since she's debuted. So that's what's going on there. They're not only building towards the Battle Royal, but they're building a personal vendetta between both Nikki Cross and Ruby Riott. I like it. You know, I like it. And just based on both characters, Nikki Cross is psychotic. Ruby Riott's got that whole punk rocker thing going on, so they're going to gel very nicely. And I am still very interested to see Nikki Cross and Asuka go one-on-one, because I think they could have a great dynamic for the women's championship. It might not be in the cards right now, but you know, I would definitely still love to see that sometime while both of them are still in NXT. They did a flashback to Hideo Itami giving Bobby Roode, the Glorious One, the GTS last week, put him to sleep. Bobby Roode was interviewed, and he reiterates that NXT is his show. He's fine with Hideo Itami getting a shot, but Bobby Roode said this, and I wish this would really resonate up and down through the WWE roster, both on Raw and SmackDown especially. I don't mind you getting a title shot, but first, you have to earn it. Simple as that. Bobby Roode's the champ. You want a shot? You gotta earn it. You can't be Charlotte and come out here and say, well, I'm the queen, this is my new kingdom, I deserve a title shot. Doesn't work that way. You can't be Jinder Mahal and all of a sudden be a #1 contender after losing 7 straight months and being nothing but a Monday Night Raw jobber. You can't be Rusev and come out and say, well, I got moved to SmackDown, I'm rehabilitating from an injury, when I come back, I want a title shot or I'm moving back to Bulgaria. Go fucking back to Bulgaria. We all know you don't live in Bulgaria, motherfucker. You live in Tennessee with your wife. Don't give me that shit, okay? So, I'm glad Bobby Roode said that and said those words. I don't mind, but you have to show me that you earned it. Simple as that. Simple yet key. Drew McIntyre versus Andrade Cien Almas. One thing I noticed here, it didn't bother me in the first couple of times we've seen Drew McIntyre. It bothered me last night for some reason. I'm listening to Drew McIntyre's theme, And I'm like, this theme does not go with who he is at all. You know, they got the same similar graphic that he had back when he was there the first time as the Chosen One, but with obviously updated visuals to fit to what he looks like now, because back then he was nothing but a baby face, you know, very young. Drew McIntyre desperately needs his old theme song back. I typed it in on YouTube while this match was quickly coming to an end, and I realized that Drew McIntyre needs his old theme back. It still fits him. I know that Joe Cronin Show, my partner on Wednesdays with Out of Nowhere, he actually DM'd Drew McIntyre and said that you need your old theme back, bro. And Drew actually said, I hope so. Everybody loved that theme. There were people saying that that was one of the best themes in recent memory for Drew McIntyre. Don't know why they didn't bring it back. I don't know if WWE doesn't own the rights to that song. I'm pretty sure they do. It's in the annals of WWE. Don't know why they didn't give him that theme. It still fits him perfectly, you know? So I don't know what's going on with that. Needs to be done. He needs new theme music. Andrade Cien Almas, I've been liking him. I've been liking what he's been doing. He's been very tough. He's got that strong style mentality. I like the aggression and the ruggedness in the ring. Came out to no reaction. You know, I don't know what's going on, but, you know, that doesn't take away from what he does in the ring. He's one of the best that NXT has, for sure. I expected a lot more from this match. It was very hard-hitting for the 3 minutes that it was. Knife-edge chops. They got some stiff kicks on one another. But in the end, this was nothing more than a glorified squash match for Drew McIntyre. He defeated Andrade Cien Almas with his Claymore finisher, that big running boot, and it was over. I expected so much more from them. I expected these guys to go 10, 12 minutes easy. By the time this thing was over, Drew McIntyre, you know, he took some stiff shots, but he barely broke a sweat in there. And I know they're trying to build Drew McIntyre up as probably the next contender after Hideo Itami for Bobby Roode's NXT Championship, because they're going with the thing that Drew McIntyre says he don't care if he has to run through everybody. He's come to NXT for one reason and one reason only, and that is the NXT Championship. So, beating Andrade Cien Almas, yeah, it's big because he's one of the best that they got, but it doesn't do anything for Andrade because he lost in such a quick manner to Drew McIntyre and barely put up a fight. Don't like it, man. Hopefully we see more of these two. Hopefully they get more time to go at it. Hopefully Andrade puts up more of a fight than he did tonight, but he went down with the Claymore on NXT last night. And Drew McIntyre won fairly easily as he continues to build momentum towards that NXT Championship match that he wants. William Regal announces Ruby Riott versus Nikki Cross for later in the show after what transpired in the opening of the show last night. They go to a video package of Roderick Strong. It just showed and showcased his family background, where his parents came from, the trailer park that he used to live in down in Florida. And it was just really, really heartfelt. They showed old pictures and where he used to play and, you know, the backyard that he used to play in and dream of being a professional wrestler. Then they showed modern day where he was, you know, coming out during NXT live shows and his mother was backstage. So proud of him. So they're really trying to build you up on an emotional level with Roderick Strong because, you know, he's too good to just let sit around and waste away. They must have plans for him later on this year, and they do want to focus on him and showcase him for the NXT brand because he is a really, really good quality hand. Aleister Black, love the entrance. You guys know that. I was at NXT TakeOver Orlando. I didn't get the full effect of it ever since I got back from Orlando, which was about 3.5 weeks ago. I seen it on television, and I love it, man. It's so fucking great. I love that they're doing it every time he comes out, where he just raises up as he's coming out of a fucking coffin. Great. And I expect a lot from Aleister Black, man. The whole presentation of him is fantastic. He defeated Kona Reeves with the Black Mass quickly. There's nothing to this. Aleister Black, just like Drew McIntyre, gaining momentum. That's a match I'd love to see. McIntyre versus Aleister Black. Ooh, that's got World Championship written all over it, man. Aleister Black defeats Kona Reeves fairly easily last night with the Black Mass. Ruby Riott interview with someone who's new. I've never seen her before. Chelsea St. Cloud. Sounds like a fucking porn star. She says Sanity has a philosophy that she'd normally get behind, but Nikki Cross tried to push her around, and when that happens, she pushes back. She's going to beat Nikki Cross tonight, and on her way to a women's title shot tonight, she will start a riot all over Nikki Cross. We see Andrade. This was probably the most interesting thing about this, and I want to make sure you guys are aware of what's going on here. Now, I'm not sure if this means anything, but to me, it certainly means a whole hell of a lot for what we're about to see in the coming months. Kayla, one of the backstage interviewers, is running outside of Full Sail University as Andrade Cien Almas, who lost to Drew McIntyre earlier in the evening. He's getting in a limo that's filled with beautiful women. Now, as she's chasing him down, trying to get a word with him, he says nothing. He says nothing. She asked him about the loss. But the most interesting thing about this Almas segment is who was shown holding his arm as he was getting into the limousine and then dragging him into the limousine. The one woman that was shown there was Britt Baker. Now, I met Britt Baker when I was at Justin LaBar's wrestling reality thing in Orlando at the Wing Shack before him and his crew went to WrestleMania. Britt Baker was there. She's a very lovely lady. But the most important thing about Britt Baker is that, one, she's on WWE television. For what reason, I don't know. But the most important thing about Britt Baker is she is the current girlfriend of Adam Cole. So does this mean Adam Cole is soon to follow Britt Baker into NXT? I don't know, man. That was very interesting. I don't know why Britt Baker would be on television and then Adam Cole, who is rumored to be coming into WWE very, very, very soon. I believe his contract is up next week. So I don't know what's going on with that. Very, very interesting development there. If you guys hear anything or if you heard anything that I might not have heard, let me know down in the comments below. But that was Britt Baker, the girlfriend of Adam Cole. So very interesting. And they got into the limo. And that's it. He ignored her. They get into the limousine. And he asks her if she's coming. That's all he did. He puts his hat on and they drive away. Probably had a crazy night, man. Crazy night for Andrade Cien Almas. Ladies, man. Ruby Riott versus Nikki Cross never started. This was a match made by William Regal. Never started. Nikki Cross attacks from behind. Ruby enters. She went into the apron very hard, did Ruby Riott. There was a pull-apart brawl. I'm sorry. The suplex actually occurred here. I made mention of the suplex in the beginning. No, there was just a big brawl in the beginning. This is where the suplex on the steel ramp happened. And this is where the crossbody by Riott off the stage onto Nikki happened as well. They broke this up. And more officials came, and they carried Nikki Cross away, who was screaming frantically. And then William Regal, due to this happening tonight, he tells Asuka that since Ruby Riott and Nikki Cross could not contain themselves, that next week there will be a battle royal to determine her #1 contender, and the champion is not impressed at all. She didn't say anything. She just walks away. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm hearing that there's a big spot there with Ember Moon next week. If you guys heard the spoilers or the news coming out of the spoilers from the tapings, that Ember Moon is potentially injured. I haven't heard anything. I really haven't heard anything since. It might be one of those deals where it was just like Peyton Royce, I believe, was hurt, or who was it? One of the women that was recently hurt when she went against Ember Moon. So it was nothing but a work. It was nothing but a way to build up Ember Moon, to build up her finishing move, the Eclipse off the top rope. But the WWE might be doing the same thing now to build sympathy for Ember Moon. If she really is hurt, it might be a work. And that might be building up sympathy for her big comeback to eventually win the championship against all odds. I don't know. We have to see how it transpires next week and see how the injury takes place. But we'll see what happens with that. That's what I'm hearing right now, is that there's a big spot with Ember Moon in that Battle Royal where she is potentially injured. Tyler Bate and Jack Gallagher in the main event for the United Kingdom Championship. Once again, Tom Phillips mentions that there will soon be a United Kingdom weekly show on the WWE Network. I will be all over that. I will be reviewing that as well. There will be a lot of content for you guys if you guys are interested in all that. I'm going to keep you guys covered on everything WWE. I should be doing 205 Live, but I just don't have any desire to watch it, to be perfectly honest with you. Tyler Bate versus Jack Gallagher. I couldn't stop laughing to myself, man. Jack Gallagher's great. I love his charisma. I love his persona. Came out. Typical Jack Gallagher with the umbrella and just doing his thing. Tyler Bate comes out. I love Tyler Bate. He was the one I wanted to win that entire tournament after watching it for 2 days. Tyler Bate's theme song reminds me of a Mario Kart 8 theme. If you're playing Mario Kart 8, and you hear the background music while you're fucking racing. It sounds like a Mario Kart theme, man. I just immediately thought of that, and I'm like, what the fuck, man? I started laughing. You know, and then coincidentally, everybody's telling me to play Mario Kart 8 for the Nintendo Switch, because I believe it comes out on Friday. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't really been much into video games as of late, because I've been concentrating on the channel and other things, but Tyler Bate's theme does indeed sound like a Mario Kart theme. This was a very good match. I actually preferred the last two United Kingdom matches that we had. One was a championship match with Trent Seven. I really enjoyed that with Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, being that they are tag team partners as well. But I did enjoy the Pete Dunne and Mark Andrews match, which was fantastic a couple of weeks back. They are featuring these guys because they are getting them ready for their own weekly show. Tyler Bate is the United Kingdom champion. He looked a little bit more rugged. He's growing out his beard, which he looks great. He looks a little disheveled. Nothing wrong with a disheveled look, bro. But Tyler Bate looking a little bit more older, you know, being that he is the United Kingdom champion with that nice goatee coming in. He defeated Jack Gallagher with the Tiger Driver, or the Tyler Driver, rather. It was, well, Tiger Driver, he names it the Tyler Driver 97, 97 being that the year he was born. If you guys didn't know that, retaining the United Kingdom Championship. This match was a lot of wrist locks, a lot of rest holds. There was some brutal fucking arm bars and bending the arm, in which the human arm is not supposed to bend, by Jack Gallagher. Holy shit. You know, I was scared for Tyler Bate just watching this shit. It was literally cringe. In a good way, but it was cringe knowing that the human body and the human anatomy is not supposed to bend in those ways. Fucking, just absolutely brutal looking arm bends and fucking, you know, arm holds. Unbelievable stuff by Jack Gallagher. In the end, Tyler Bate wins with the Tyler Driver 97. He retained the United Kingdom Championship. It looks like they haven't really crossed paths yet. We might be getting a Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne match in the near future. Don't know if Tyler Bate is going to be the champion going into this weekly show. They could very well have another championship match at TakeOver, which I'm waiting for. I think the crowd would love it. I would love to see Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne in a rematch at TakeOver Chicago. I think the Chicago fans would be all over that. So I'm not sure if Tyler Bate at this point, who's been very good, you know, I'm not sure if he's going to be the champion going into this new show, or they want to go with their chosen guy in Pete Dunne. But if I'm WWE, I would certainly build up Pete Dunne in the coming weeks, and then for TakeOver Chicago, I would definitely book Tyler Bate versus Pete Dunne for the United Kingdom Championship. I think Chicago would be all over that. And that was your NXT review, man. That is, it was a good show, but, you know, a little underwhelming. Drew McIntyre versus Andrade Cien Almas could have been more. With the two styles that those guys got, I thought it would have been great. It was fairly quick. Like I said, a glorified squash match there for Drew McIntyre, defeating Andrade with his Claymore finisher. Tyler Bate and Jack Gallagher, I expected a little bit more. But, you know, it was good for what it was. Too many wrist locks, too many holds, too many submission holds. I figured we see a little bit more up-tempo action in the match. But in the end, Tyler Bate won. I got no problem with it. It's just I just expected a little bit more coming from both men. And Aleister Black, again, gaining momentum. Defeating Kona Reeves, and the women are going to be placed in a big battle royal next week to find out who the #1 contender is for Asuka's NXT Championship. That is it, guys. Thank you guys so much, and if you enjoyed the video and the review, hit that thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter, at JD from NY206. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not done so already. Hit that subscribe button with the bell for notifications delivered right to your device or email so you guys know when I upload. Patreon.com/JD from NY206 for pledges monthly. If you guys want to support the podcast and the show monthly, $1 a month goes a long way, man. So make sure you guys read that mission statement on there. And if you guys feel inclined to pledge monthly, please do so, man. You are greatly appreciated. Barbershopwindow.com/offthescript for your off the script merchandise. That's my official online shop. and audibletrial.com/offthescript for your free audiobook just for listening to the show today. I am JD. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. I will maybe be back later with some more news and rumors. If not, I will see you guys tomorrow for Off the Script episode 168. I am JD. Thank you guys so much. Make it a great Thursday, and I will see you all tomorrow for Off the Script.